His palm struck my face before the cake knife ever touched the frosting. I didn't hold on to my glass. I let it fall. The shatter cut the silence sharper than the slap. 30 people crammed into our living room froze. The laughter was gone in an instant, sucked out of the air like someone had shut off the world. I hardly noticed them. All I could hear was the ringing in my ear, and the words she had leaned in to whisper to him seconds earlier. She was never yours. The instant her breath brushed his ear, something in him soured. His eyes hardened, pupils narrowing like blades, locking on me as though I was the lie itself. Then came the slap. He didn't even watch me stumble. He turned his back before I hit the floor. That's when I laughed. A cold, hollow laugh that made him stop. He turned, and I saw the blood drain from his face. He knew then. Not that I had tricked him, but that she had. And 15 minutes later, the color drained from her face too. By then, it was too late. I'd met Daniel 5 years earlier. He wasn't flawless, but he was gentle, thoughtful, eager to build a life together. After my sister Leela's accident, I learned to read people in an instant. She'd been left in a coma by a fiancé who gutted our family business and disappeared with the accounts. When Daniel appeared, he felt like a remedy. But his mother, Margaret, arrived like a storm. She wore smiles with no warmth behind them. She'd squeeze Daniel's shoulder when she spoke of better matches. Pretend not to hear me when I answered. On our wedding day, she handed me a prenup disguised as a handwritten poem. I played along. I let her believe I hadn't noticed. The cracks showed slowly. Late nights, secret messages, Daniel parroting her lines. You don't understand the pressure I'm under. Maybe this life isn't for you. I didn't accuse. I observed. The confirmation came at a dinner in March. He stepped outside to take a call. I followed. He never realized I was behind the corner. She'll believe anything. She still thinks I love her. For 6 hours, I felt nothing. Then I called my lawyer. 3 months of quiet work followed. Every asset shifted to my name. Joint accounts emptied, but all by the book. Daniel signed every paper I slid under his hand, distracted, oblivious. He thought he was in control of the company, but ownership had already moved. To my sister. Leela had woken from her coma last year. Daniel never knew. She was the true architect of our business, not me. I was the quiet shadow, the placeholder. But Leela didn't want vengeance. I did. Because Daniel was the same man who had abandoned her, left her for dead. Yes, Daniel was Leela's fiancé. The man who vanished after embezzling millions and reinventing himself with a new name. And he found me because I looked like her. That wasn't chance. He chose me. But Leela lived, and I made sure he wouldn't see her again until it mattered most. Back at the party, I stood slowly, tasting blood in my mouth. Not from his slap. I'd bitten my cheek to keep from grinning. Daniel's mask was already cracking. Too many guests. Too many cameras. Too many witnesses. Leave, he hissed. I will, I said. But they'll stay. Especially her. My eyes slid across the room. Margaret's followed. Her lips trembled. Her skin drained pale. Because there she was, Leela, alive, in a blue dress with cropped hair, ready. 35 minutes later, the police arrived. Not for the slap, for the crimes. I had handed them everything. Embezzlement. Fraud. A fake marriage built on lies. Leela pressed the charges. I gave her that part. Daniel begged. Margaret shrieked, insisting it was a setup. But the paperwork and the bank statements told the truth. He tried to run. He didn't get far. When they cuffed him, his eyes went wild. Why? You were nothing. Just a substitute. I stepped close so only he could hear. And you were just practice. The real one's awake now. Now the house belongs to me. The company belongs to her. The disgrace belongs to them. Daniel spends 23 hours a day in a cell built for smaller men with heavier guilt. Margaret hasn't left her home since the press uncovered her threats and cover-ups.